Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody out there on Twitch and on YouTube, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you. Really hope that didn't come through the microphone. That was a horrible shrieking sound. I hope you're doing exceptionally well. Hey, seriously, thank you for taking time out of your day to be here, regardless if you're watching live right now, or maybe you're watching the VOD on YouTube later. I don't really suspect a lot of you watch the VODs over on Twitch, but if you do, thank you for that as well. If you are watching on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. These things are free. You can turn on notifications so that you do not miss anything in the future. That said, today's going to be a good day. I want to encourage any of you, if you have any, if you're wanting to support the channel, I do want to make sure I mention this at the front. If you do want to support the channel financially, the best ways to do that, as far as the best value goes for you and for me, it's a mutual thing in my mind. You need to be able to get good value on Patreon. Is definitely the best way to go. It's $5 a month, same cost as the sub over on Twitch. Most subs are about $5 a month. If you're over on YouTube, you can become a member, $2.99 a month. It gets you the sub badges and the emotes over there. So anyway, that's basically what we've got. Be a good deal. But anyway, that's all I got for right now. Don't have anything else really to share. We're just going to catch up on chat now. Oh, what are these names? Good morning to you as well, sure. Good to see you. Dakota, thanks for tuning in over on YouTube. Hello to you as well. I hope you're well. Thank you for the follows on Twitch, by the way, Taylor and Verbatim. Appreciate you both. Chris, thanks for tuning in on Twitch as well. He said, I'm sorry I missed the last couple streams. Congrats on the van. Thank you very much. It is actually getting... we're actually getting that taken care of. We bought it, and now we've got to get it worked on. So we've got, it's actually at the mechanic right now, getting the last couple things done. So excited to get that all wrapped up. All right, share. My bad. Panda, what's up? Thanks for tuning in over on Twitch. I almost missed the last stream. Oh, it's all good. Wait, what do you mean the last stream? Thank you for the Prime, dude. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you. I'm doing decent, super dang busy. That's how it goes, Dakota. I get that. How are you feeling? I know you're sick currently. Appreciate you checking in. Ugly Center, thank you so much for your follow. Hope you don't feel that way about yourself, but I do appreciate it. Thanks for following on Twitch. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I've been just kind of Dayquil, and rest has been working really well. And then yesterday really helped out too. So Rachel had a medical procedure yesterday, and I actually got a little bit more rest myself because I was home. So call me Garf because I'm eating lasagna. Oh my gosh. Jebby, are you okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how high are you right now? I appreciate that a lot, Panda. Thank you for the kind words. Cher said, can you do me a favor and play some Winton today? I won't say it the right way. I'm sorry. He's my favorite hero, and I've seen you on shorts a lot, so I want to see a Winton clip in there. I appreciate the suggestion. Oddly enough, if you notice my shirt, I'm actually wearing a Winton shirt. It's the only Overwatch shirt that I own, and it is very, very worn. It did not look originally this faded. It just hasn't lasted as long as I would have liked. I love Winston. I do. I love Winton. He's a good hero, but I am really focused on learning the heroes that are in my hero pool right now, which are Zarya, Sigma, Diva. Depending on the nature of the map, I choose that hero. So you wish? Oh, Jebby, I worry about you sometimes. Chris said, so just curious, how does someone get into the OWCS or the competitive side of it? If you want to get into the OWCS, fortunately, unlike the Overwatch League, it's actually a lot simpler, a lot easier to get into. And you basically just form a team and join it. It's really not super complicated, but it's not just checking the box for me. I think a lot of people, because it's hard to communicate this, I've been trying to figure out how to communicate my goal clearly to a lot of people in those vertical videos that I put out, but it's almost impossible to do because of how short they are. Every single one of them would be in some fashion or form explaining it, and it would take so much more time to explain. So on stream, I don't mind at all. That's what these kinds of streams are for. But anyway, basically my roadmap to the OWCS video is still the roadmap I'm taking. It is still the same plan. Basically, my goal right now is to get to Masters, and then I want to join a team, a scrim team that is in the Masters level. And then I want to really focus on improving myself as a team player at that point. By Masters, I figure I've gotten the majority of tanking down. There's just going to be a lot of nuanced things that I'll be learning after that. The general concepts, though, I feel like you would have mastered, no pun intended, by Masters. So, get to Masters, join a scrim team, learn how to play as a team well, and then, hopefully that team, I go to the OWCS. My goal, though, is not just to compete in the OWCS, it's to place in the top 50 teams of the competition. And if I accomplish that in my first year, I'm thrilled to death. Would I go another year? Sure, but I'm also recognizing I'm 28 years old. A lot of people, myself included, are very aware of the fact that my age does play a factor, but I think that it's not as much as people think it does, especially at this age. So, as time goes on, the esports card will eventually wear off, regardless if you think it's already worn off or if it will wear off. It does have an expiration date, just like any other sport professionally. So I'm just trying to kind of utilize as much time as I can in the esports world, and then eventually I'll transition to content. That's what I want to do long term. So hopefully that all makes sense. And that, I know it was kind of a long-winded answer to a fairly relatively simple question, Chris, but hopefully gives you some more detail. Panda, I appreciate it regardless. Yeah, prayers are something obviously I covet because I'm personally a Christian, but I also recognize that not everybody here is Christian. I would even argue the majority are not. But it's something that I really do appreciate when people are just being positive in general. So thank you. Marwin over on YouTube asks, do you have any plans to expand your tank hero pool and learn new, easy-to-use tanks? So eventually, yes. Right now, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is you've got to limit your hero pool and get exceptionally good at those heroes before you expand. Because I think that because you have lots of different things you have to learn when you're getting into a hero shooter, obviously, and a lot of people know this. But for those that don't necessarily understand this, you have a lot of different things you have to understand. And if you add hero pools, right? If you add hero pools at the very beginning, it eliminates one thing. I think a lot of people think that you have to learn every hero in the cast, and that's just not true. I mean, think about DPS players. No DPS player plays every single hero. Tank, yes, it's a little bit more achievable to do, but it's not reasonable, nor is it needed most of the time. So you get the fundamentals down by just limiting your hero pool to a certain set. And I think that starting with one tricking and then expanding to a second hero and a third hero as time allows is the most smooth way to do it. And the reason I believe that is because, number one, there are more, what's the word I'm looking for? There are people who are more equipped to answer that question than I have who have answered it that way, i.e. Spylo is a great example. He's very big about that idea that you only expand your hero pool based on the hours you have in every week. And I think that it's just something that you have to understand is that if you start adding too many heroes too early, you're spreading your knowledge too thin across the board. That's my stance. Chris over on Twitch said age doesn't matter. Some CSGO players are in their early to late 30s. Yeah, 100%. I still think that in some ways CS, and I don't know, I never played CS. It's not really my cup of tea. I would wonder if there might be a difference in CS versus Overwatch, right? I don't know. As far as like the age at which you would probably need to consider retiring. I don't know. Do you want to just enter OWCS or compete at a high level? Well, first of all, I think that if you enter and place in the top 50 teams of the OWCS, you're objectively competing at a high level. So I would just say for me verbatim, it's pretty clearly just about competing at a high level within the OWCS. And to me, that is defined as placing in the top 50 teams. And does that mean that's where I'm going to stop? Not necessarily. Maybe I place in the top 50 teams in my first year, which would be a crazy feat. But if it happens, right, I would want to set another goal that's something else to achieve for the following year. Now, at that point, the journey would probably end, right? Because I've actually checked the box. I've gotten into the OWCS. I completed my goal. So then it would just be something that I would begin to create content and also pursue the OWCS. The journey will end once I've actually hit the top 50 teams in the OWCS. Until then, the journey continues. And I don't care if it takes 600 days. A lot of people mock me for the fact that I'm on day 300 something and I'm hard stuck in platinum. A lot of people don't understand that in the first 160 or 140 days, I was getting confused. Roughly about that, so we'll call it 150. First half the journey was spent in support. And support, I have like 300 roughly, I think 300 hours. And in 300 hours, I was able to achieve Masters. And then I moved over to Tank. Tank is a very different beast. And I think that it's also important to understand that because I had a lot of good habits on support, moving into the tank role, I've had some nasty habits that are good for support players that are bad for tank players, right? I take 150 damage on tank. I probably don't need to back out. But that was a habit I had for a while, because as a support player, that was the majority of your majority of your health pool. It was time to start backing out and start using resources to kite if you had to. So things like that as an example. It's just things I've had to kind of kick old habits, create better habits, and those kinds of things. So I don't have any shame in being in platinum at all. I think a lot of people get that confused. I think as you hit higher ranks, I'm dealing with this in Marble, where the only thing to learn is better positioning and better ult usage. Yeah, it's like your cooldowns, your ults. I would put those in the same category. Obviously, your ults have a lot higher of a impact one way or the other if you screw it up, or if you do it really well. But yeah, your cooldown management and positioning is something you learn throughout. Cher over on Twitch said, I think you can literally always improve at something. That's very true. Even people who have 10,000 hours who are considered mastered at whatever they do, they can still improve, and they'll tell you the same thing. I mean, the difference between the top 50 and top 3 is extremely vast. Oh, 100%. That's true of, that's true of, you know, pretty much anything. I mean, top 500 is a really cool achievement, but top 10 is a whole different ballgame, right? So, yeah, I think that's really true. Just and I want to be clear, I'm talking about public ladder there. So, if you start eliminating the competition via the device, you can level the playing field. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there, Taylor. Can you give me some extra context? Because you say via the device. That's the part you lost me at. I do love these just chatting sessions, by the way. I've begun to look forward to them. Thoughts about perks? I think he was talking about how the device helps you win. Huh. I think perks are really good, Panda Mafia. I think that they were... I've got a video that comes out here in like an hour where I talked about perks a little bit, and I've actually got a full video coming out where we discussed it on stream and I shared my thoughts. But the very, very short version of it is that I love perks. I think they were a really great change. They swung for the fence, and I think it worked. I also think that it deters counter swapping quite a bit, and that's something that I've always thought was the lowest skilled way and the most annoying way to play the game. It's not fun. Objectively, counter swapping is the least fun way to play the game. I just don't think you can get around that one. You can make an argument as to whether or not it takes more skill to be able to counter swap or less skill to counter swap, but in my opinion, it takes more skill to just play your game and play your hero well. Thanks for the follow. I don't know how to abbreviate your name, but thank you very much. You love perks too? I think perks, while some are unbalanced, are incredibly fun. Oh yeah, there are some. Well, and that's true like of almost every hero too, right? It doesn't, take perks out of the equation. The game's never going to be perfectly balanced, and I think that's why hero bans are such a big thing, and I think that's why a lot of people are so excited. We've seen that with Rivals, and I think a lot of people really realize the value of that, right? Because you have some very high win rate, low skill floor heroes that are just almost impossible to play into, right? Like Wolverine, you have your Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner in Marvel Rivals in and of himself is not actually that strong. It's the team up that's the problem, but yeah, that's fair, Chris. I have more hours on Ana this season compared to the last 4. Oh yeah, Ana's crazy. She's bonkers. I think the game was really close to perfectly balanced during the time where Overwatch 2 beta was out, where I could ignore the 5v5 and go play the 66 if I wanted. Okay, so your opinion is the only way to perfectly balance the game is 6v6? Is that right? Or am I misunderstanding? I play on console, not PC, so can't comment on that, but I'm champ all roles, and the top tank player's hero pool is just Zarya and Diva. It just shows how annoying counter swapping can be. Yeah, true. Sorry that English isn't my first language. No worries. No, absolutely not. Okay, that's not what you're saying. Okay, so where you could ignore the 5v5 and go play 6v6 if I wanted. I guess I'm sorry for smacking the mic there. I guess I'm not understanding what you were saying. There are people who believe that, by the way, Cher. I'm sure you know that. I think the fact that I could play both were phenomenal. Okay, so it was not necessarily that 6v6 was better. It was just having the availability of both. Is that a better understanding? How would you feel about a locked game mode where if you picked someone, it made you play that one person the whole match? I'd be open to it, but that's a personal stance, and I don't think the majority of the community would agree. And I'll tell you why. I think that the reason the majority of the community would not agree with that is because there's arguments like, let's use Eichenwald as a map. There are maps that if I pick Zarya for first point, it's probably not going to be a bad pick. If I pick Sigma for first point, you could probably make it work, but it's really not a poke-centered point. So you want to have a brawl, right? And then you go to the second point. Well, second point, you could almost argue that you need a dive hero because of how much high ground there is, right? And that, I think, would honestly be a... I see the value in where you're going because it would prevent counter swapping, right? But I think that it restricts the liberty of choosing, and I think that that would create a net negative for a lot of people playing the game. Does Paladins lock you into one hero? I only played Paladins like once, and it's forever ago, just to try it out. I did not like it. The graphics were terrible. It only had like a couple of maps, and they've been out for forever, so it was just not fun to me. That's a great question, Verbatim. I have no idea. Don't keep track of enough players personally. I think it'd be really unfortunate because Pharah is just a permanent threat, so each team must have a hit scan. Okay. Or incorporate banning to some degree, like each team has a chance to ban certain heroes. Yeah, that's actually happening, Chris. I don't know if you knew that. In season 16, I think. I don't know why they didn't do it sooner. There's been some conversation that it takes too much programming to do that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think that should have been prioritized for this season. Even if it was just on a trial basis. But they needed to just do it. That's my opinion. But they are going to do that. They're also doing map voting, similar to what Call of Duty used to do. As far as I understand, it's very similar to that. Where, like, you used to be able to be in your lobby and you could vote on which map you wanted to play. And whichever had the highest majority vote, you would play that map. Other examples of this exist as well, by the way. Pharah was just my first thought. That's fair. Interesting, Verbatim. What's up, OG Prodigy? Thanks for tuning in over on YouTube. It's going good. Just kind of chilling, doing a little just chatting here at the beginning and hanging out. How are you? I think ban phases are essential because it deters one tricks from target banners. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Like, you're saying that someone wouldn't necessarily one trick because they could get targeted banned? Is that what you're saying? K9, thanks so much for your follow over on Twitch. I hope you're well today. So you don't keep up with the pro scene at all? It's a great question. I don't have time. Right now, between my own personal grind and having 3 kids and being married, I don't have time. And creating as much content as I am, so basically my phase here is to create as much content as I can to be able to start paying our bills that way, eventually be able to hire an editor so that I can offload that time, which will allow me to put more time into playing the game, practicing, and obviously eventually keeping up with the pro scene. But no, I don't currently. I just don't have time for it. I think Overwatch 2 has been more fun now that it has been in its whole existence right now. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's better now than it has been. I got you. Perks have a lot to do with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I think, Chris, that's a really good point. I also don't think one-tricking is as bad as people think it is. I've played against some crazy one-tricks that shouldn't be able to play their hero on a certain map on paper, but they get away with it because they know how to play their hero well. I think what one-tricking gets such a negative connotation from it because of people that are below platinum, and I speak myself into that as well, by the way. I'm not just throwing anybody else under the bus. This is just me too. I would say that one-tricking is not really an issue once you get beyond platinum, because by the time you've one-tricked a hero beyond platinum, you actually probably know your hero well enough to play into anything. That's my opinion. You're going to continue to get better, but I think that's not an issue. Just got a hard light weapon skin in a loot box, so pretty good. What is that? Is that a I know what a loot box is, but like what are you talking about? I have no idea how to say your name, but thank you so much for your follow. I think it's Omar, maybe. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. 3 kids is some aura, bro. That's hype. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I'm a big advocate. I'd love to keep up with the pro scene. I'd love to do a lot of different things, but I need to prioritize my children. My children are everything for me, man. My wife comes first, my kids are right behind them. And my wife is first, my kids come right behind her, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, personally, if I have a Symmetra one-trick on my team in 2025 in mid-GM lobbies, I'll cry. I think Sim's fine. Do people not think she's good? What's up, Katrina? I hope you're well. I saw your update. I won't share it on stream in case it was just for your personal friends, but I saw it on Facebook earlier. You were talking to Natalie about it. So, yeah, I hope it goes well for you. Verbatim said, I think in high ranks it's worse. I don't want a ball one-trick. Wrecking Ball can be played well if they know how to play the hero. I maintain that particular stance. Pretty strong stance from me. So, any life updates? Paper Plate Enjoyer, good to see you. We got a van. Fan is currently being worked on. Needed some front wheel bearings and had a couple other lights on that I'm hoping the front wheel bearings will actually remedy, but we'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, nothing super crazy. What about you? I think one-tricking is worse at higher ranks personally, as people can be taken advantage of easier. Not sure I understand what you're saying by taking advantage of. They released hard light weapon skins ages ago, and I got the one for Mercy. Oh, that's cool. I just think the Reapers with 300 hours need to be humbled. I did my placements on tank and hit plat, but then got messed up by a Reaper with 300 hours and only played Reaper. Reaper's really strong right now. Again, you guys have to keep in mind, no one's perfect and everybody's got areas of weakness. And I think that, well, and it's not even just areas of weakness. Everybody has inconsistencies in the game. None of us are consistent. And that's true with 300-hour Reaper players. They're going to have a bad game every once in a while. So don't let it get to you too bad. It's not the fact it's a specific character. It's the fact they won't swap. You can make any character in low ranks work. You can make any character work in even high ranks. I maintain that pretty firm, personally. I've seen it done. That's the only reason I can say that. I've seen it done countless times over and over again. So I just, while it's the exception and not the rule, it can be done is my point, not that it needs to be. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does, because I'm not trying to say it's the only way to get there or that it's the most popular way. I'm just saying it can be done, and we can't just turn off the idea of it in our heads here, in my opinion. It's mostly a fact that it's a one-trick in general. It's hard to play around sometimes. I agree that heroes can be played well, but for someone like Symmetra with a lot of weaknesses, it creates a hole in the team where they can be like taken advantage of. I guess I can kind of see what you're saying. I'll agree to disagree. I just think that a Symmetra is going to... The Symmetra one-trick as an example is the one you keep using. I think that a Symmetra should be able to play well. If they're one-tricking, if they're truly one-tricking, they should be able to play that hero well. I played Baptiste for a long time and played him into low masters with no issues in a season that he wasn't actually that good. So I promise you it can be done. You just have to learn to adapt. And would I say that most people adapt? No, they just try and play the same way and hope it works and then blame you when they don't. So I get it. What's up, Zesty? Good to see you back. Mr. Zesty said, I think he's saying if you one-trick in higher ranks, then it will be a lot easier for others to counterplay you. No, I'm actually not saying that. I'm saying that it's the same. As you learn how to play your hero, right? Let's say you one-trick. It's just like when you rank up in general, right? You get harder and harder lobbies because you're getting better and better. It's the same thing with a one-trick, and even more so. If you are ranking up with a one-trick hero, that means you are beating those lobbies with your one-trick hero. So if you got up to GM, that means you can consistently compete with GM players despite counterpicking. Oh, I see. Okay, I skipped down a little way to see him. Zesty, thanks for clarifying. Okay, I see. All is well. I don't know if you knew my... Whoa, jeez. No, I did not know that, Katrina. Holy cow. Are you okay? That's heavy. You just like dropped that like it was nothing. That's... Holy crap. Are you okay? I think everyone should be perfect and please me and bend to my will. Okay, but you know, at least you're up front. No one has any. It's not like people don't know your expectations. Just been playing Elden Ring and studying for new licensing. Nice. I hate the English language. I meant whole. I don't know where you were going for with that. That's okay. How does a Sim 1 trick work into a Pharah Mercy Echo? You harass the backline. I'm not a Symmetra 1 trick. I won't speak into that heavily, but just on paper, you just harass whoever is not. It's like when I'm playing Zarya, right? I'm not going to, or let me use a better example. Into that exact same combo, you want to, like if I'm playing Sigma, into that same combo you mentioned, Mercy, Pharah, Echo, I'm not looking at any of them. I'm looking at the remaining support and harassing the tank, and not that the Mercy has to let go of one of the pockets, and then relying on my team to help harass as well. That's all I can speak to. I can't really speak to Symmetra because you keep using the example, but I'm not a Symmetra 1 trick, so I can't speak into that heavily. To a point, yeah, 1 tricking just genuinely makes the game harder for yourself. I mean, I completely disagree with that, but that's okay. It's been up and down, just trying to hang in there. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, if you and Cliff need to get together sometime, let me know, because that's hard. I'm always telling everybody on the stream, and it's not, I mean, I'm not just saying this because we're on stream, you know that, but life is difficult. Don't do it alone, right? So you're going through one of those situations where life is just tough. Please reach out if you need somebody to come hang out with you. We'll do a little get together or something, all right? Sorry, Sim was just my first example. No, there's nothing wrong with that example. I just don't know much about it. Hey, bro, just came here to say thanks for liking my comment. As always, keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Which comment did you leave? It's a very unique name, but I don't recognize it off the top of my head. Who you 1 trick is in many ways going to determine how hard it is, too. You know, actually, Bennett, that's a really solid point. I will agree with that. 100%. Yeah, that's a really good point. It also depends on how long you 1 trick the hero, right? Because if you're 1 tricking a hero who's really strong in 1 season, and then you continue to go into the next season, and they get harder because they get nerfed or someone else gets buffed, that's their counter. You know, I guess it's a good point. I really appreciate you sharing that. It's the fact that people in high ranks have hands and can easily deal with someone who refuses to swap. Okay. Again, I'll just agree to disagree with you verbatim. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts, though. What's up, Taylor? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. How are you? Yeah, appreciate that, Katrina. I'll keep an eye out for that. Obviously, I won't necessarily probably get to it on stream, but... Oh, geez. Clearing out notifications real quick. Crazy. Okay. Well, hey, listen, if you guys are here for the first time, first of all, thank you for being here. I know I've seen a lot of new chatters. We had a whole ton of followers right off the rip. I'm going to call out a couple of you here because you're here. Taylor's here. Verbatim, I know, is here. Verbatim even dropped a Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate that, friend. Seriously, thank you. Ugly Center, I play Overwatch, K9, Omar, and then Cher, who just followed as well. Y'all are like some relatively newer people to the community. I really just want to take a second to say thank you. Appreciate you being here. I hope you guys are doing really well today. This is such a big thing for me, and regardless of what else you pick up from me, if this is the only thing you ever take away from one of my live streams or other pieces of content, life is difficult. I want to encourage each and every one of you not to do this life alone. I want to encourage you personally, while this whole community aligns on that one concept that life is difficult, don't do it alone. My personal encouragement to every single one of you is to find Christ, find friendship, and find community in that order, so that when life hits the fan, you can pray to an infinite God who loved you enough to send his son to die for you, effectively bridging the gap between us and him that our behavior created. The second piece is friendship. Friendship's there when you need to anchor yourself into reality because things are starting to spin out of control. And you need to go cry on a friend's shoulder. You need a hug. You need to sit on a one-on-one call because you just need someone to talk to. That's what friendship is for. And the third piece is certainly not the least important, while at the bottom of the list, is community. Community is there when life hits the fan at the practical level. You need to pay your rent and you don't have the dollars to do it. You need food on the table. You're going through something like that, and you need that practical community support. Any of those three things at all are interesting to you, I encourage you to do one small thing. Join the Discord. Completely free, costs you nothing, doesn't benefit me financially at all. The whole point of this is really, really, really big for me. The community is a big deal. So if you guys want to join the Discord, you on Twitch can use !Discord. You'll get a link. If you are on YouTube, you can check the description. It's right there for you. Encourage you to join the Discord, engage with people. We have a question of the day to try and get people to talk a little bit more and join in conversations. We have different areas to talk about different things, and if there's ever something you see in the Discord you'd like me to add or improve or change, please let me know. I'm always locked in and happy to help. But the other thing I do is, in conjunction with all this, is I choose to pray for you guys. I understand, by the way, that several of you are not Christians here. Please understand I have nothing but respect and love in my heart for any of you, regardless if you agree or disagree with my personal beliefs. You're still a human being, and I still value you to that level in that way. So please understand that's never going to change for me. To that end, I am going to pray real quick. If it's not your cup of tea, come back in like 3 minutes. I'm not going to pray that long. And then after that, we're going to get into aim training, and then we're going to get into the games of Overwatch today as well. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we will get started today. Let me pause the music. We're going to get after it. God, thank you so much for today. For every person here, regardless of their faith, their beliefs, or their personal political backgrounds, whatever the case may be, I ask you, God, that in my behavior and in my words, that I would never deter any of them from thinking that Christians are meant to be loving. We aren't really this. There's too much negativity coming from Christians. A lot of things that are biblical that the world disagrees with, and therefore we disagree with the world. But that doesn't necessarily mean that by default we should hate the people we disagree with. And I think that that's not just a Christian issue. That is a current day and age issue where we all have this tendency to, oh, you disagree with me? Well, I have to hate you, obviously. And it's so sad because I think that the world is a better place because of diversity, because of different things, that different walks of life, different people, different backgrounds. And it's also a challenge. That's just the reality of it. When you have a lot of different people who disagree on things, it makes life a little more challenging because you can't just agree all the time. That's just not how it works. So God, I ask you today, would you help me to be a beacon of light and a beacon of hope and kindness to the community that I'm in? Help me to speak words of love and wisdom, and ultimately I pray that everything I say and do would reflect your love and your light into the world around me, and that you would empty me of the things that would not do those things. Use me as a vessel today, order my steps, and keep me tilt-proof today. Help me to represent you well. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you guys for being here. Look, I understand the vast majority of you are not Christians here, and it means the world to me that you're here. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say your name. The person who just followed me over on Twitch, Obanai. I hope I'm not saying some horrible slur or something. I always worry about that. You never know anymore. These days, it's like, oh yeah, I could say something and just get canceled tomorrow because I read a chat, you know? But I appreciate you following me on Twitch. Thank you. Verbatim asked about the LGBT. I assume is what you meant. LGBTQ. Now you got me confused. LGBTQ. I think you just got two of the letters backwards, actually. Anyway, if you're curious about whether or not I'm comfortable with folks that are part of that, I'll give you a very clear answer. Very clear. This is not complicated. While I disagree with the lifestyle, I have nothing but respect and love in my heart for anybody that I disagree with. I don't care if it's part of the LGBTQIA plus community or if it's any other thing that Christians typically don't align with. Please understand, I don't have anything but love in my heart for you. I will also follow that up with I won't out them. I have two close relatives who one of them identifies in a non-binary capacity. The other one would say that they are bisexual. So I still have a close relationship with both of those people. So please understand these aren't just words. I live this. This is something that I am passionate about. So please don't think that regardless if it's the LGBTQIA plus community or anything else that you think Christians disagree with, which may be true. That doesn't mean that I have to hate you or not be around you because of it. So hopefully that makes sense. Real follower of Christ. I don't pretend to be perfect, Worston, but I appreciate the kind words for sure. I said your name right, Obanai. Okay, cool. How do you say is it Suri? Well, kind of like tsunami. Please forgive, because that's the only way I would know how to describe it. Suri? Like with like a little bit of a T-ish sound at the beginning? Or you get canceled for raising your arm out of context. Yeah, apparently. Apparently that's circulating again on Twitter. Anybody who actually thinks that I'm a Nazi is just completely clueless. I'm going to be honest with you. Anybody who thinks for 2 seconds about me and knows me at all knows I'm not a Nazi. That was such a crazy thing. I'm still baffled by the fact that people actually bought that. It was so crazy. Even God and Jesus do not feel ill of the LGBTQ people. Everyone is made in the image of God. He only hates sin, not the people. Facts. I'm so confused. I'm not trying to be a bad person, but how can you disagree with the lifestyle, but you have love for them? This is a genuine question. No, you're not trying to provoke. You're asking a question. These things are healthy. This is part of what I'm really passionate about, is having conversations and being willing to hear both sides, by the way. And that's something that I think all of us need to be better at, regardless of the topic of conversation. In this particular situation, the way that I look at it is, and you'll have to forgive the crude word of lifestyle. I noticed that you kind of accentuated that. I really want to be clear. When I say the word lifestyle, it's not that I'm judging. It's just the way that I try to articulate it, and it's not always the best way. So, let me explain this to you differently. Like, can we use a different example? I hope that's okay. And that way you can understand it is truly a fill in the blank here. It doesn't matter what it is. If I disagree, it's okay. The Bible does clearly say that marriage is meant to be between a man and a woman. Therefore, as an extension, sex is the same way. So when we talk about the LGBTQIA plus community, that falls in that category. But so also does lying, cheating. Straight people cheat. That's just as wrong. There's no difference in the world. In God's perspective, according to the Bible, there's no difference between those things. They're all treated the same way with the same result. So it really does not matter. It really does not matter which, insert whatever the Bible calls a sin here. If I hated everyone who sinned, I would hate everyone. Because all of us do, myself included. I'm far from perfect. Just ask my wife. If I ever get off on a tangent and I'm like, oh, I'm all that in a bag of chips, just get a hold of my wife. She will correct me so quick. So hopefully that answers your question well. Verbatim said, how did I get into Christ? So I grew up Christian, and then ended up deciding to follow Christ when I was February 8th, 2009 is when there's a Christian term that means you decided to follow Christ. I won't go into all the literal terms unless you actually want to know. But I decided to follow Christ then, stumbled quite a bit for a few years, and then ended up plugged into a local church that really helped me out well. And I've since then, it was about 2018 actually when I first started this channel, that I really started following him without any holdbacks. So, Obanai, that is a very cool name. How did you come up with that name? Or is it, if it's your legal name, you don't necessarily have to say that, but how did you come up with it, if you don't mind me asking? That's super unique. Woosty, what's up, homie? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube, dude. It's always good to see you in the chat, brother. The same way that you can disagree with how people live their lives without degrading them and their value as a person. Facts. I don't care. I just wanted to understand your idea. I appreciate that. Snow Katrina shared that her daughter is a lesbian and she got married. I love her to death, but I didn't go to her wedding due to the fact I can't agree with her lifestyle. God is good anyway. Yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. You don't think that stuff is outdated as heck, though? That's a fair question. But my personal stance, and I will probably end this particular conversation because I try not to do a lot of this on live stream because it can be clipped out of context. And I think that these questions are better served to have a one-on-one conversation with people. So it's not that I have a problem having it. I'll carve time out of my very busy schedule because I care enough to have the conversation. But I think it's healthy to have these conversations off stream, outside of content, because it allows the pride and ego to step out of the picture and completely allow two people to have a conversation where one person is educating, the other person is learning, and then they flip and the same two people end up on the other side. So, all that to say, I will answer your question, and I'd love to move forward from this. And if you have more questions, DM me. Discord is truly the best way to do that, and I truly mean it when I say I will carve time out of my day to either respond to you by text type in a message back to you. Or if I think it requires a bit more of an in-depth conversation, I'll see if you're comfortable having a call. And it could be with more than one person. That's not the point. It's just meant to be out of the public spotlight because I think that it adds too much pride and ego from both me and the person asking. So, moving on. Question you asked, to address it directly. Don't I think that this stuff is outdated? The Bible is not outdated. The Bible has proved itself over and over and over again to be a valid and living document. So, there's a lot of different resources I could point you to that confirm the Bible's validity over and over and over and over and over again. It is the only book that I have been ever made aware of that has stood the test of time, where there was something that was proven to be written before, like a prophecy that was written. The time that it was written down on the paper was, you could actually, outside of biblical context, you can actually track it to a certain date as when it was originally penned or quilled or etched onto a piece of rock, depending, I guess. But you can carbon date it. You can figure out when it was written, and then go on from there. And you can say, okay, it was written before it happened, and then it happened exactly as it was written. That is the test of time in and of a nutshell, right? So what I would suggest to you is that the Bible is very, very accurate, and you cannot find a place in the Bible that isn't. And if you do, reach out to me, because there might be some conversations that I need to have with myself. If I'm completely dead wrong, I'm always open to that. But I don't believe that I am. And I believe that there's really healthy conversations to have in those areas. So I hope that makes sense. It's a hyphen of 2 characters. That's super cool. Okay, so it's a character from Demon Slayer. Okay, very cool. I used to be super into anime, so my husband loves Demon Slayer. Yeah. I have a strong bias. Why not start off the stream with the question of the day? Just curious on if it would make an audience chat about it with the audience. Just curious, not judging. No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's not a bad idea. I just want to kind of reserve that for the Discord. I really enjoy that. I actually have that. And I think, Chris, I think you're in the Discord. I don't remember for sure, but I think you are. So yeah, I throw that Discord question in there, and it's meant to engage with the core of the audience. So you can say that about every other religious book, though, no? And in fact, you can't say it about any of them. It's quite the contrary. I will say that. I will definitely answer as a continuation of your question. I will definitely answer that. There are no other religious texts that have stood the test of time. Not that I'm aware of, again, just to be clear. Just study your history. Christianity is one of the only religions to not have any internal conflictions, and is very historically accurate along with the evidence. Yeah, that's my thing. What really made me believe in Christianity out of all the other things was, out of all the other faiths and religions and belief systems, is the historically accurate documentations. And that for me is the big deal. I'm big on leaning into facts and not what our opinions are. The facts don't care about your feelings, even if you don't like Ben Shapiro. It's a really good tagline. That's kind of how I am as well. I don't remember what that word means, but thank you for your follow. I believe that's a word that I shouldn't say on stream, but I could be wrong. But thank you either way. I am just curious. The Book of Mormon, just trust me, bro. I saw the tablet. Fair enough. Doesn't Christianity say that the earth was made 3,000 years ago, or was that a metaphor? So Taylor, I'll encourage you, because now we're going to go into a different topic, right? I kind of answered verbatim's question, and then he asked a follow-up, which was a good one. I wanted to answer that. But I do want to encourage you, if you have more questions, DM me or ask. By the way, there's a faith-focused conversation section in the Discord, and there are tons of wonderful people from all different walks of life, by the way, not just Christians, that talk in there all the time. So if that's something that you're comfortable doing, please ask. These questions are good. And by the way, that is a great question. There is an answer. I just don't want to take too much time up of everybody else. That's all. So please, and again, I'm not upset with any of you guys for asking these questions. This is why I create content. So I am thankful that you are asking. I just want to make sure we put it in the right context. Yikes. So anyway, let's get the aim training opened up now, ladies and germs. Can we hit the rank ladder? Hey man, we're gonna hit Aimlabs first because your boy has not done any aim training in a couple of days, so we gotta get on that. Overwatch ranked is your aim training? No. No. First Aimlabs, then Overwatch, yeah. That is exactly it. That is exactly the case. Okay. So one thing I will put out a little bit of context of before I get too far ahead, is that I did just change my sensitivity in game, and I haven't yet used it. Whoops, I did not mean to close that. Dang it. So give me a little bit of room for grace here. It's probably gonna look pretty rough. I kind of expect that. What's the sends? So I took it from. Okay, yeah, I can look at it. Woosty, give me just a second. Woosty is my editor, by the way, guys. If you're over on YouTube, say hi. Let me change categories real quick over on Twitch so I don't forget. And then we will. What was I doing? Crap. Oh, I was gonna look at the Discord message you sent. You said, "What's the sends?" I think I took the sends from. I think it was like 1 point something, 1.2, 1.3, or something like that. Down below 1% or 1, I think. Got you, Uzi. Sent you a message back. What's my DPI? 1600. How's the new mouse lighter? Oh, dude, this mouse is insane. I love it. Let's look at the actual setting, by the way. I can tell you guys in a second. Let me pull up my loading scene here. Yeah, I love the new mouse. The mouse has been goated. Oof. No, this seems a little too low. Nope, too low. The converter I did was not good. So we'll go mouse. This was not correct. Can already tell you that right now. It was at 1.2, I think, maybe before. So give me just a second. I haven't gotten the opportunity to actually utilize it, so I don't know. What kind of mouse? It's the Corsair Qatar or Cater. I'm not sure how you say it yet. One of these days I'll actually look it up, but okay, let's see. 360 is what we're trying to get to here. From right to left. So if we use the center point here, move over to the right-hand side of the mouse pad and go straight across. That's way closer. And it's just a rough estimate. I'm not super worried about it getting it spot on. Yeah, 0.35 was way too low. The converter I used online from the game I had it set well to must not have been as accurate as I would have liked. So I'll have to watch that on Overwatch today too. That's really close. I had to go all the way out to the end. So what we'll do is we'll take this to like 0.85. Which is a full half a step up, and we should be good. So, okay. All right. And obviously, I'll pull it up full screen, but I was just getting everything set up for us. I love this scene, by the way. This scene is probably one of my favorite things I've done in a long time. It just looks so much better. Okay. Here we go. Let's see how we... Oh, I have any of my stuff on. I recorded clips on this scene last time, and I usually clean off all of my different like things for the content. Why does the music seem so loud? Oh, it is loud for me. It's probably fine for you guys. Hold on. I had done a jam session using my audio controller, and it was... Yeah, we need to take that down just a bit for me. There we go. Sweet. Okay, let me see if I can go ahead and unplug my mouse here and make sure it's... Yeah, okay. I had it charging because it was getting a little low. Mecca, thanks so much for the recommendation. I'm sure this should be okay. I just have to find a good dialed in sends. Yep, still feels maybe a little too fast, actually, now, like, I'm doing this. A lot less shaky, but still not good. Okay, so we're going to restart. And we're going to do a settings change, and we are going to take that down a bit, actually. I think that's just a teeny bit too fast. How do you deal with a crippling Overwatch addiction? You find other things to fill the time. Nope. I'm telling you, that setting originally was good. I just need to adjust. It's going to take me some time. Smooth first, then fast. 100% agreed. Yeah, I'm still working on that. Okay. Let's try this. We're going to restart it last time. And then we're going to lock it in. Whatever it is what it is. I'm not worried about it at this point. So for those of you that don't know this, because many of you probably don't because you're relatively new here, this is only my like 16th day doing aim training, and it's not all in a row. So there's a lot for me to still learn and figure out. Boy, missed that one a few times. It's okay. Boy, yeah, I'm still adjusting to the new mouse and the new sensitivity now. But this is better. I'll tell you right now, once I get used to this, it's going to go really well. It's going to take me probably a couple times to get used to it, but... yeah, okay, so my accuracy went down, but my score came up a bit, so that's good. That's good. It's a good starting point. Yeah, flicking errors detected, of course. No worries. I think my heater might be on. Yeah, it is. Hang on. Let me go turn off my heater. All right. And I think I know what the other part of my problem is too here. We'll just this. Make sure that cable isn't on there. Should get there any second. There we go. All right. Hopefully this will work. Camera's a little cut off there at the top, huh? It's all right. I want to redo my scenes sometime. I think it'd be really fun to do. Boy. Wow, I really am just mispredicting. I'm gonna have to be a little less confident here. Oops, misclick there. Okay, better than last time. Stop trying to track them, flick from peak to peak. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I take it you're an avid aim trainer, verbatim, just based on some of the comments you've left so far. That's good. You have 1,500 hours on Kovacs. That's awesome. That's a lot. You're GM season 3, so you're GM in here. What's your are you on here somewhere, I assume then? You're on Kovacs, bro? Oh, gotcha. So you got that. You got money like that. Paid aim trainer. It's such a weird thing to me, but be curious to see why. Like, I remember when I was first encouraged to get into aim training, the guy that encouraged me to do it is also a Kovacs guy. And he had told me that Kovacs and Aimlabs, like, realistically, if you want to just start getting into aim training, nothing wrong with Aimlabs. There was just a personal preference he had for Kovacs. So I was like, okay, well, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. For where I'm at right now, anyway, Aimlabs is working fine for me. You know, you can see I've still got a long way to go. Golly, I keep stopping too short. I'm not sure if I'm just not at the right posture. I'm holding the mouse wrong. I'm not too sure. Kind of feels like I might be. Okay, so Kovacs also has Voltaic stuff then, I guess, is what you're saying? Boy. Boy. Oh, okay, we're restarting that one. How does Kovacs feel better? What is it about it? I'm with you, sure. Got warm up to hit those pesky echoes. Yeah, I'm telling you. S9, thanks so much for the follow over on Twitch. I hope you're doing well today. Thanks for being here. Okay, we reset. That one was a rough go. Okay, how does this one work? Okay. Whee, accuracy is very low today. Okay. I'd love to do a wager, but Bills hit. That's how it goes, bro. Like how Overwatch feels better than Rivals. Interesting. Okay. It's a subjective thing, then, is what you're saying. When is Game in 5, Hope? What do you mean? There wasn't a Game in 3 or 2, if that's what you're asking. Okay, there you go. New point record there. I think verbatim means that Rivals like Aimlabs is less optimized. When you say it's less optimized, I've heard the phrase before, but Rivals plays fine for me. Aimlabs plays fine for me. So maybe I'm misunderstanding. Optimized to me has always felt like a smoothness of the play, right? Like, so Overwatch feels really smooth. Rivals feels smooth to me as well. Not sure that I understand. Not subjective. The engine runs a lot smoother than Aimlabs, has lots of more useful stuff. Aimlabs is quite cluttered with a lot of different things it tells you to do. Okay, so the user experience is what you're talking about towards the end there. But I don't know. The engine doesn't feel like it runs poorly on Aimlabs. Maybe I would have to compare them, but I'm not going to shell out the money for Kovacs right now. We're trying to save some money. What computer do I have? You feel a lot of choppiness in Rivals that isn't prevalent in Overwatch. I have a oh gosh. I mean, I have the 3080 Ti and a Ryzen 7. I think it's 5700X. A couple generations older, I think, now for both of them. Console Rivals players are also having a ton of issues with optimizations. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'd love to compare the two, because I think that, you know, if I had them maybe to compare, it'd be a different thing. But obviously, I don't necessarily have that ability easily. That felt pretty good. What's up? I'm mistaken. Hey, I will tell you, I actually inadvertently made. Do you remember in the VOD review where you pointed out, like, in a good way? Don't take this the wrong way. For those of you that weren't there, this was a good thing. You pointed out some of my, like, a little bit of like borderline hypocrisy was how I would phrase it. I don't think that's how you said it. Do you remember that moment when I was like flaming my teammates for that? For the, like, shooting the tank, and then there I was shooting the tank. Right? So I actually used that clip, and it'll come out on Friday, I think it'll be, and it's like the focal point. I actually, like, screenshotted your message and stuff. It'll be fun. So if I gift you Kovacs, will you use it? Once the 28 days are over of doing the Aimlabs Voltaic stuff, I absolutely would. You don't need to do that. I'd be thankful if you did, but I don't want you to feel obligated in any way. But yes, I would use it. It would just be after the 28 days, because I'm trying to make a video about it. And like about aim training. And I think that one of the values is keeping it consistent and accessible. And Aimlabs is accessible, and doing it for 28 days is a big deal. I think aim training without being coached is kind of dumb. It's very hard to actually know what you need. Totally fair. Totally fair. But I would also say to that not doing any aim training at all is probably, you're going to get more benefit from doing it without a coach than you would from not doing it at all. Does that make sense? Yeah, 100% Mecca. And I appreciate it either way. Regardless, just the thought of it is very kind. So thank you. Okay, here we go. More tracking, more tracking. So I'll be honest, I didn't know that Voltaic did more than Aimlabs stuff too. They do like Kovacs, like seasons and stuff. That's cool. Until today, I don't think I fully. Someone may have told me that, but it hadn't fully registered until today. I'll say that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that one. Considering I'm adjusting, like I haven't had any crazy down spikes in my tracking and stuff, so that's good. I felt good. The improvement I saw when I got coached was crazy. I think if you want to improve without a coach, just train smoothness for like 15 minutes before you hop on and then play the game. Playing the game is more preferable than aim training without being coached. I respect what you're saying. I'm trying it out to try it for myself. But I do respect what you're saying, and it's not that I completely disagree. I'm just saying. You use 400 DPI in 3 sends. There you go. My issue with using low DPI is that navigating the menus takes too long for me. It's like I have to sit here and like swipe way across my keyboard, like way across the mouse pad just to move my mouse across the menu screens, and that for me is just a huge turnoff. So, and I don't know if that's true for everybody else or if you guys just use a different setting when you're navigating menus, but I can't be bothered. Felt good. It's pretty tough moving it, but once you get used to it, you can improve your aim. So I think that there's a subjectivity to that as well. The ticking scratches my brain. Is that a good thing? I think that's a good thing. I think there's a subjectivity to whether or not high sends or low DPI high sends or high DPI low sends is a big difference. I don't know if there's an objectively good or bad thing there, or good or bad to that end. Hi, Brinley. You got your bluey. You can come over and say hi. Yeah, come on over, baby. I'll come help. Oh, nope. Don't play with it. Come here. Oh, ow. I smack you in the face. Sorry. You want to say hello? Hello. Good job. This is Brinley. This is my middle kiddo. So you see... You grab my water, but my dog is in my lap. Sounds like you're not getting water. You lag behind the bot a lot. Maybe you're on too low of a sense or just moved your hand or wrist faster. I probably need to move it faster, to be honest. Having a low BPI sensitivity is useful, IMO, when practicing aim, since it's supposed to help you to actually track the target. Fair enough. I respect what you're saying. Does she aim train? She does. She aim trains by throwing things at dad. And when she hits, she won. Huh, Brinley? Say, yep. If you want to show them your bluey, Look, point it over there. The camera's over there, baby. See, look, this is my bluey. This is it. There you go. Yeah. Yes. You kiss you, boy? Yes. Yeah, of course. Well, what else would you do, huh? You want down? Okay. If you want down, I gotta let you out because there's a cable dangling and I don't want you to get hurt. Yep, yep, yep. Be careful. Okay. Stay with Mama, okay?
I said that part like I read.
Hey, Arthur. Keep your voice down a little bit. All right. We get back at it, boys and girls. My daughter is definitely, I am like her favorite person in the world. So when I'm unavailable for long periods of time, she struggles a bit. Fortunately, as a pseudo full-time creator, I'm home a lot more than most dads are, so it works out well in that sense. When I'm streaming for, 3 to 3.5 hours, she's like, I don't know what to do. I can't just go bug dad. So whenever I get a chance and she's wanting some attention, I try to at least say hi. Ooh, this one's gonna be one of my worst ones today, I think. I'm gonna try my best to make it better. Yeah, that one was probably my worst one I've done in a long time on that particular one. It's okay. It's 11 out of, 18 of them? Okay, I've got a little ways to go. And we still got some Overwatch to play, though. So are you just playing through all the benchmarks once? Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Just to track the progress of just doing it over a 28-day period. Because I, like many people, I think, overthink game training at the beginning. Eventually, just like anything else, you have to find ways to improve. You're gonna bottleneck. You're gonna eventually kind of level out. But like, generally, there's things that I needed to do to improve that I just did improve by just doing the aim training, right? Just doing the actual aim training itself actually helped me improve my aim. And even if just doing the benchmarks helps you improve, that's a really good starting place, I think. I do look forward to putting that video together. Like I think today is day 16. Might be 15. I think it's 16 though. I've been keeping notes, so I'll have to double check my notes. And we'll obviously be able to check the benchmarks so far as well. Locked in. Yeah, locked in, man. It's okay that it's downtrending. It's all right. It's all right. Coping. All right, here we go. Poke switch. Good. Kind of leveling out on this one here. I'm not gonna lie. This one we kind of just like have kind of slowly downtrended towards the end here. That's okay. Sit back down here for the rest of it. Trying to use the standing function of my desk a little bit more. And not just for the memes. There's definitely meme potential in a standing desk, that's for sure. Yeah, flatlining a bit. You a sports guy? Not a massive sports guy, though. I live in like the Springfield, Missouri region, so there's a lot of people that are big into the Chiefs around here. So, and the Cardinals, I think. So, but no, I've never really been a tremendous sports, like traditional sports guy. Are you? I assume you might be because you asked. I did play soccer when I was a kid. I don't know if that may be what you were asking. Still enjoy going outside and throwing a ball around with my son. Good. That was good. You worried about the storm? I heard there was a storm headed towards there? I don't think so. Might be. There's always a storm headed towards here, though. It's just kind of how we live in Missouri. Tell you what, I'll look. Oh, hang on, buddy. Be careful. You need something? Rachel, are you okay? Oh boy. Okay. Give me just a second, chat. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Secret lab chair? Yes. Yep. Need to replace it soon. This is a 2020 version, so it's starting to show signs of giving out anytime. It still sits me down, so who cares, man? Right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What's up, Timmy and Mr. He's So Happy? Thanks so much for tuning in over on YouTube. I hope you're both doing exceptionally well today. Yeah, that one did pretty good. Okay. Got 2 more tasks, and then we'll compare with the new sensitivity, new mouse, all that stuff. Wait. Any of you guys watch Bluey? Any parents or just like avid Bluey enjoyers? No judgment. So my kids are watching right now. I can hear it around my headphones are not like noise canceling or anything, so I can just hear it like sometimes in the background. And we've watched it enough at this point that I can tell you which episode they're watching right now. The ones where the dads are ripping out the stumps. You have 5 kids. Do you actually verbatim? Do you really? It's a lot. I have 3 and I feel like our hands are full all the time. Mostly my wife. God bless her. You really have 5 kids. That's awesome, man. You don't have to share too much here on the internet, but if you're comfortable, I'd love to know, boys, girls. I'm also now hearing my son offering to help his mama with laundry, and my heart is happy. He likes to help fold the towels because they're easy to understand, right? For a 5-year-old, he loves it. He loves doing stuff that's simple, but he can help with. So, like, he'll help me sometimes in the garage when I'm doing an oil change, or, like, his mama when she's doing the laundry and she wants full towels. So wholesome. It's just like, man, love that you want to help your mama. Bluey, Cocomelon, and Moana is like PTSD. PTSD is crazy. Holy crap. Why is it that bad? I have 2 younger siblings. I've watched it front to back. Yeah, that's fair. What is this guy's channel all about? Is he an Overwatch guy? Correct. Overwatch looks a little different. What's with the little low poly? Ugh. Such a huge eyes opened up there. I don't see them too much. I'm busy getting money and going to the club, not gonna lie. Just joking. Anyway, I actually only have 1. I don't really have 5. Okay, I got you. This is embarrassing if true. Alright, let's do a little react scene here so you guys can actually see the result here. I don't see going up at all. I think we had 1 where we made a bigger change. Is this only day 15? This may only be day 15, not 16. I wasn't too sure. Yeah, no, we didn't get any additional move up there, and I'm not too surprised. Why did I make all those videos about Overwatch and then give up? So, are you actually asking the question, or is this like a rhetorical question? Because I'm happy to answer it, but if you're not actually asking, I don't need to actually answer it. Someone mentioned there was a storm coming our way, so I'm looking at that, but I don't see anything radar-wise. We go to the 24-hour. We had a small snowstorm hit, but nothing crazy. So far, there's nothing else showing in the next 24 hours either, so must have been that storm. Yeah, there wasn't anything crazy to it. I swear I saw it at the gym yesterday, and there was a massive March storm. Crazy. Headed towards Missouri? Nah, might have been another state, but definitely not Missouri. Because if it was massive, it was about as massive as Ninja's low taper fade. All right. Get the category updated over there on Twitch. I just wonder, because it seems like you had a whole calendar for it and you wanted to be the best, and then some random Marvel superhero game came out and you seemed to play that. So is it rhetorical, or you haven't actually answered my question? You just answered it with another question. Do you actually want the answer, or are you just here to be rhetorical? I don't care either way. I just need to know. That's what they call me when I walk in the gym. Massive storm. Massive storm is crazy. Okay, it's not rhetorical. Okay, so if it's not rhetorical, the reason that I left Overwatch and went to Marvel Rivals for a short period, I left Overwatch. There's two phases to this question. I left Overwatch because I did not enjoy myself anymore. I was not having a good time, and it didn't seem like they were going to update the game at any point, and it was just kind of getting to the point where I didn't enjoy myself anymore. So I was like, you know what? They don't seem like they want to actually fix their game. It's not fun anymore. And I create content, so I needed to take a change. And Marvel Rivals was the most smooth transition I could see. It was also what a lot of the larger Overwatch creators were doing at the time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. So I did. And then they released the update from the Spotlight. I was intrigued by that. I reacted to the Spotlight live, and then I decided to try out the new updates at the end of the week. And I decided I liked them. It brought a lot of enjoyment back to the game, and here we are. I'm in a call and lurking, but that picture was stunning. Oh, my desktop wallpaper? That would be my wonderful bride, just carrying the beauty. Have you tried Symmetra? That's fair, but it isn't playing competitive why you weren't having fun. Surely just playing some classes on quick play would have been fun. Right, but if I'm trying to go competitive, it would be silly to play quick play. Taylor, I have no idea what you're on about the device. Yeah, but what's the point of playing competitive overall? Like, the purpose? To go pro. Right? I mean, that's literally what all the videos that you've referenced stated. So that was why. Little competitive progress here. We're currently in a demotion protection back to Platinum 5, which is okay. Just part of the journey. Does being pro mean you'd get money from it? I mean, theoretically, but I'm not super worried about that one way or the other. It's not why I do it, I'll say that. Okay, Hollywood. Diva time. And I am locking in. I am not swapping. The only reason I will swap is if there are 3 or more hard counters on their team. Whoa. Game? Hello? Everything okay? Everything started like freaking out over there. I'm like, I noticed that. I don't know why it was dropping frames, guys. I'm sorry about that. Full screen time. We'll get there. Don't worry. How many bands do you have? I'm sorry. What? Is it about status, like being able to tell everyone you're a pro? No, it's about being able to prove to people that you can do anything you set your mind to, despite what the haters say. And by the way, I will swap scenes once we are in, like, the game is actually starting the 5-second countdown. That's when I usually do it, for those of you that are new. And it'll probably delay for a second here as well. Sean, thanks so much for your follow over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Oops. Okay. Okay. You don't want to be in a brawl. Okay. Where... Okay, we cleared that guy off the high ground. We're gonna get out of the LOS. Okay, we're gonna come back around here, let DM charge up a bit. Back around the corner and I'll take a bunch of chip damage. No swaps so far. Okay, I'm out in the open here. Oh, wait, how did he get up here? Oh, the life weaver pedal. Okay, I got pulled back down. Boop him back down. Where's this guy at? Oh, he's right here. Oh, I'm using my cooldowns way too early. Okay, she used Valk. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was actually a really poor decision on my part. No, don't let go. No. He gripped me in. Okay, they got one tick. That grip was, I think he had a good heart in it, but it was just not it. Oh no, I was behind a shield. My fault. Good grip. Don't think we get to keep that point. Yeah, that's my fault. I botched that a bit. It's your opinion to think that way, by the way. If you think that my spark is gone because I spoke constructive criticism about a game that I still enjoy, it's okay. Guy is still chasing me and just spawned. Lifeweaver, don't damage him. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, why was he doing that? Okay. Yeah, I am L. Yep. I used a bad bomb. That's why we're in this place right now, by the way, where my teammates are in a pickle. Okay, we have BAP. I'm gonna have to try and make a play. Well, we got Valk out. Back down. Get up and out of there. Bro, I should not be shooting the tank. That's my fault. I was shooting the tank too long. That's completely my bad. All consuming, that's fair. That's fair. No worries, Cher. Appreciate you being here. Do I even play Marvel? Yeah, I still play it. Just not nearly as much. Okay, we take across. Yeah, I can't DM that. Get out of there. Get the shield out of the way. I'm still shooting the tank a lot. Forced out of cooldown. We got the res. Silly decision. Got him kill anyway. Dude, what are my supports doing? They're gonna win that fight too. No, they don't, unless they gotta stop the res. They won't though. It's my call. Right now, they won't do it. BAP's gotta turn and heal. Is he just doing damage? Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage, yeah. It's alright. I should have been doing better with my ultimates and playing a bit closer. Appreciate the kind words, Cade. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. He's So Happy. I'm getting the impression that you're just here to ask questions that are rhetorical in nature. If you have more questions about that, you're welcome to DM them to me. Otherwise, I'm not interested in answering any further. You just keep digging deeper, and I haven't even responded to what you're saying. So, just comes across really trolly. If that's not what you're doing, my bad. Just still DM me. If it is what you're doing, just stop. Doesn't do anybody any good. Okay, so they did a really good job, and I did a pretty poor job at maintaining my cooldowns there. So my resources got used really early, and they were able to take more aggressive plays. So that's on me. But we should be okay. We just got to try and get them off that initial high ground and try and help my team across. Should be good. How's Lent? What do you mean Lent? Do I have a diva skin? I don't. I might. I have no idea. We're a little too low. Where are my supports at? We got a Moira. Okay, I really need a little bit more healing though. What are we doing? Oh man, we got a Lucio going in. Good. Okay, we got that first push. Oh, that needs to be in the air still. Forgot about that. Lent is a Christian fast? Lent is not a Christian thing that I'm aware of. Was that a freak out? No, it wasn't a freak out, brother. It was just me saying that it's a distraction from what I'm trying to do, and I'm asking you to stop. That's all. It's pretty respectful, actually, what I did. You play Reaper and you hate her? That's fair. Okay, so we are going to need to go up to the high ground here soon. Sorry, it's a Catholic thing. That's okay. Okay. They res the Moira. We used beat. Come back around the corner. That's unfortunate. Ugh. Good night. No, it's all good, El. You're good. And you gotta get out, bud. Okay, we pushed out a cooldown. Get out of the LOS. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and die. It's all good. Maybe try going for high ground since your team is stuck main. I'd love to go to the high ground, but the problem is I have a Zen and a Moira. If I go high ground, there's not much for resources up there as far as like keeping myself up goes. So they've already burned Ram's cooldown. Okay. Gotta drop down, grab the Mega. Yep, this is exactly why my team backed off right as I went around the corner. This is insane. Cleared a lot of ground. There we go. Finally got something here. That was a silly use of rockets. That's okay. We'll drop down, grab the mega. He's not even healing me standing right next to him. Okay. Okay, we pushed her off the high ground. Mercy's down. Oh my gosh. It's all right. All good. Ugh. Tried my best. The thing I've learned playing tank is actively communicating what you're going to do. Helps if your feeble-brained teammates work with you. Yeah, it's all good. All right, guys. I don't know what y'all's deal is, but let me just take care of you guys real quick here. My video garden, you're hidden from the channel, and Mr. He's So Happy. Same situation with you guys. If you want to take your toxicity elsewhere, you're welcome to, but you're not going to do it here. Vexed is a word from annoyed or mad. Yeah, they were pressed, vexed, annoyed even. All right, so unfortunately we do D-rank there. That's okay. You're gonna have games like that. You cannot get mad at them. You just have to move forward. So we just keep pushing forward, man. You know, you take the L on the chin. That one, I know for a fact, like, I could have done so much more. I could have probably gotten better value out of my ultimates. Diva is probably my least played hero and probably my weakest as far as my current tank pool. So I need to work on her a little bit more. And quite frankly, there'd probably be some value in me watching a guide on her again, just to give myself a refresher. But for today, even on the Diva maps, we'll just play Sigma. And then I will do that off stream. I don't want to react to a guide on stream. I've done that before. It's just not fun. Bro, just deranked. Too much Marvel Rivals has ruined you. And too much of the world has ruined you, brother. I know who you are. Just gonna keep hiding your accounts, man. I know you created a bunch of new ones, and that's okay. I got time. We go again, Chad. We go again. Oh, Dorado. Yeah, Dorado would definitely have normally been a Diva map. But again, today I'm just not going to be playing Diva. But I'm also not going to throw and play Zarya when I can't challenge the high grounds at all. So, do I ever play Mei? I mean, on tank it'd be hard to play Mei. But I do enjoy playing Reaper and Soldier on DPS. I'm not a huge Mei player. I could see Mei being fun, though, I will say.
What? You think we shouldn't fight back?
Every 2 losses, by the way, we're going to go ahead and do a VOD review of the worst one, just so you're aware. Do I ever play Overwatch 2? I don't know. It's a good question. I've thought about playing that game before. Really glad you brought it up. I may have to consider it. Move out of the LOS of the... Oh, I am sleeping. He just charged straight into the point. Oh, murky. I need to get back up to that high ground. Can I jump? Okay. Hey, appreciate you subbing over on the YouTube. Can I not jump up on this thing? What's going on here? Okay. Come on. They're just swapping. Got the nade out of the... Oh. That's just very unfortunate. Mercy! Mercy! Leave! Actually... Yeah, I shouldn't have used that rock. It was a bad rock. I know you can't do that with a Zarya. Oh. Huh.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
Try using barrier for more for your team.
Select
Huh.
your hero.
Okay. Perks are still in the game, yeah, 100%. You guys are easily impressed. No wonder you played Rivals. Tim, okay, look. Oh man, some of you guys are just making my hidden list on YouTube look a little longer. It's okay.
Why seek answers when we
Some of you guys just really don't know how to be kind and not trolling everybody. If you're one of those people who's like, you're welcome to have an opinion, by the way, on whether or not Rivals or Overwatch is better, but if you're one of those that has to shove that opinion down other people's throats, this is not the place for you, and you'll find out very quickly if you keep it up. Just letting you know that now. Giving you guys a bunch of warnings. I don't put up with toxic crap in my community. I just don't do it. You will find yourself out of here so fast, it's unreal. Nah, you're good, Rach. No worries. Okay, she's looking at the wall. Okay, May's wall down. Dang it. Okay, I'm probably dead here. Come on. Yep, you take your death and go on.
Rendezvous at my position.
The answer remains no.
Nanoboost ready to deploy.
It's on Xbox or PS, neither one. It's on PlayStation. Just kidding. It's on PC. Bro. We got a couple of big picks. That should actually be our fight win here. Okay, that's unfortunate. Stay out of the LOS. Yep, he's got that. Yep. Where's this Zarya at? Move up here. Yep. Much better game for me there. GG. Not my best game, but certainly a lot better than that D.Va play. Hey, play the game too. Beautiful. That was a clean rock. Oh, man. Good. Good. Starting off really strong here today. Are you new to this game? No, definitely not. Ah, Runasapi. That is a Zarya map. I have no idea what you're talking about, Timmy. Did I always play, or did you have a Marvel Hero phase? Oh, I had a Marvel Hero phase that hasn't ended. Still playing it and enjoying it in the background. Just making Overwatch content primarily. Half-Life 2 was never something I played. What's my opinion on Mauga? I think Mauga is a very unique take on a tank. I don't know how I feel about him. I know how I feel about Release Mauga. I think we all know how I feel about Release Mauga. But, yeah, I don't know. All right, here we go. Never played Half-Life 2? No. Guys, I have a wife and kids. I don't have time for a lot of video games. And if I want to go pro, I got to basically sink my time into this one. Oh boy. Get back to my LOS, my supports there. I almost died. That was my fault. Actually, push it. Why not? Widowmaker down there. Alright, at least I got some charge. Standing out in the open, it's my fault. Good work if you can get it, yeah, for sure. I mean, anybody that would honestly sit there and tell you, I like playing video games, but I wouldn't do it for a living if I could, I'd be surprised. I think just about all of us would. We cooked. That's why I'm not worried about one loss, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, it's something that I used to get really bent out of shape about, but one loss does not matter. It's just one. Do you mind if I ask your ethnicity? You seem Scots Irish. It's not an offensive question at all. No, I think we have. I think my family has an Irish heritage. I believe it's Irish. Could be wrong on that. It's either Irish or Scottish, though. You're absolutely right. And anybody from those two great nations would be very upset if I ever said that there was a similarity. But platform, we're literally so back. Yeah, we're so back, dude. We're so back. All right, guys. I need to. I've been drinking a lot of water. I need to step away for just a minute. I'll be right back, guys. Keep yourselves in line. What is happening on the stream right now? I come back and you guys are just talking. No longer on the fence, Rach. All right. Let's get after it. For those of you that are actually part of my community that watch my streams, I know that lately we've had a huge influx of toxicity and negativity. And I'm really sorry for those of you that have been dealing with that, because you guys, there are several of you who actually just enjoy hanging out and watching the streams. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of distraction on my part from that. So I am sorry about that. Not much I can do about it except do my best to moderate it as it shows up. And there's now an attempt from that same group of people. I assume it's the same group of feeling, to be honest with you. There's this attempt at making it look less like toxicity, but they're still just trying to distract. So anyway, just working on it, you know, and appreciate you guys being patient. Again, those of you that are part of the community that actually do care about the journey and what I create, very thankful for you guys. Very, very thankful. Hello there. Hope you're doing well today.
Why seek answers when we do not know the question? Make your preparations.
Yeah. There's a theme. You seen it so far? Okay, good. Just wondering if you were seeing it. For the first time in my 7 years of content creation, I actually have to get moderators because I've got guys that just apparently have nothing but free time and nothing productive to do with it. So they just create a bunch of alt accounts and harass the streamer for funsies. I guess that's your definition of fun, right? All right, so we got a Mercy, Kiri, Bastion, Soldier. Okay. It is cringe behavior, I agree. Go. Block out that window. I need to go up here and take this high ground from them. Then they went Junker Queen. She's not even gonna touch her point. That's crazy. Why is there a group of people harassing you because of the switch from Marvel and Rivals and all? I think it's just because throughout my journey, the underdog story is just something that people hate on sometimes because they don't get it. Maybe they themselves didn't have anybody that encouraged them to actually do something that they were excited about and passionate about with their lives. I don't know. I kind of question that myself sometimes. But I just think they come from a really dark place. And, you know, I mean, I'm not unsympathetic to that. Where is this? I mean, that was a good ult. Good combo there.
Now, to begin again.
What's up, Dex? Good to see you in the chat. Sorry, I've been super focused on this particular game. I'm gonna go ahead and ult here. She's looking for it, I feel like. Time for the what?
Let the kitsune guide you. What's up?
Yeah, they just have a lot of free time, dude. It's all good.
0. Switching sides.
Mr. Impossible. Who are you talking about?
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Yeah, the guy is just he's got a lot of free time, man. A lot of free time and doesn't want to contribute anything constructive to society. It's just all good, man. Can't stay stuck on him. That's why I got moderators. So I didn't need to for a long time. I've actually, for those of you who don't know, I've streamed on Twitch, especially. That was my first place I ever created content. Was January 20th of 2018, and at that time, I think it took me a year and a half, 2 years when I was starting to average about 15 to 20 viewers on Twitch. That was when I got my first moderator. I really didn't need moderators for a long time, and even then it wasn't a need, it was just occasional help. And then it became less of an issue, and then I started doing this journey and started to gain some sort of popularity, and now we need moderators because, unfortunately, haters gonna hate, right? It's just cold hard reality. So, can't feed into them. It's what they want. Even talking about it right now is probably feeding into it in some level, but the reason I still do is because my community that's actually here still deserves to understand why I'm banning people and having my mods ban people. Guess we got an Echo. Okay, they're on Echo Zarya. Okay, she's getting a lot of support. Go ahead and block off that LOS. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, guys, why are we backing off here? Try and help our soldier out. Okay, so we've got a really, really, really aggressive play from them so far. Good plays. You better run. We need to get that high ground back. Okay, we're gonna try and hold them back here. Where are my supports? Ain't no way. Oh no. Dude, holy cow. Can't go anywhere. Okay. Got a mega over here. Bad. We got... Bro. Good fade. Got plenty of resources here. Dude, this Moira is just perfectly evading. I missed. My fault. I'm dead. Dude. Dang. Crazy. I am playing very poorly. Oh, we went Moira at the last second. Okay. Okay. What am I doing wrong? I think playing poorly is fine. What am I doing wrong? Can I do better? There we go. Our team. Oh my god. How is this soldier still alive? Dude, holy cow. That soldier. Good for him. Forcing my cooldowns really well, yeah. I mean, I can only do so much, and I think that Ashe has been... They think the Ashe was the problem. That's crazy. Thanks, Rich. I think that was a good call. I don't know if she's even in here right now, but... Alright. We go Sigma again. I told you guys I wouldn't swap, and I'm not going to. There's no reason to. I just need to figure out how to play better. Their Moira is doing a really good job.
I seek answers when we do not know the question.
Anybody got a toothpick?
Yeah, she got my rock multiple times. Good for her. Thanks. Okay. So I'm not like getting diffed by their tank. It's their Moira. So as I'm looking at like stat lines aren't everything, but Moira is definitely a thing. How did that soldier survive the rock? What? I mean, he was just getting pocketed and he had his biotic field underneath him or whatever it is. It's not biotic field. Isn't that the... Was it a Zarya bubble? I don't think so. Okay, both bubbles are burned on the Zar. Okay, Moira, no fade. Good. Yeah, that Moira is just baiting my rock out. Okay, Moira. That's a gutsy rock. Oh, my supports are definitely a problem, though, I'm gonna be honest.
10 seconds remaining.
Was there a miscalculation?
Okay. Zarya went with bubble in between, so the rock did not hit the soldier. Well done by their Zarya. Yeah, it was a great reflex. Great reflex on the Zarya for sure. Props where props are due. Am I right, my friends? Least obvious ult or least obvious alt? What did you actually mean there, L? I'm curious.
Why seek answers when we do not know the question?
So, how'd you pull all those heists?
Bombs.
And
Was there supposed to
I'm gonna try the... It's the... Wow, it's quite a bit higher.
Your limits. Nothing breaks that I cannot mend.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. For the high ground taking, it's probably a good call.
have a system? I'm great at chemicals.
I wasn't ever getting close enough to use this hit, so I think that just having the ability to get to high ground easier will be better.
Everything, my strange little friend.
Okay, we bait out the turret form.
Potential wasted.
Okay. Okay, this Zarya Moira combo is actually really good. No, why are we using that? Why did we use Coalescence? What are we doing? No, just die. Reset. This is just, holy cow. They've got to be a duo. No offense, but no, that's not offensive at all. I have considered it. I just don't believe that it's needed. Like this game, the Moira is just getting hard pocketed by her team, which is freaking awesome. Okay, Junkrat egoing. I miss. That's actually completely my fault. No way, she hits that? Holy cow. The timing on that bubble. Wow, I mean, I just got outplayed. GG. I just got outplayed. So, that is what it is, man. Can't really get around that. That and, oh, I mean, the other part of it is their support's actually... The guy who's 28 and 12 is blaming me for playing Zarya, or playing Sigma into Zarya. I've heard that before, SF, from somebody else, but I definitely don't have an issue with the idea of it. I just don't think it's worth pursuing. I think that they've got really decent Zarya perks. So I don't know that they really need to change them. They might need to like tweak the data or something, but okay. So we have 2 losses on the docket now. So we are going to review the worst of the 2, or the one that we think we're going to get the most value from. But I am going to first avoid both of our supports that game. They were both really bad. They were either having a bad game or they're just really not good. I am also curious about their Moira. I was curious to see if they have a public profile or not. They have Moira OTP? No, they've just played for a while. Got 1,058 hours in competitive. That's crazy. May, Mercy, that's crazy. They just play the meta. Yeah, and in the meta, or in like the OWCS, I mean, that's a different setting. We're talking about ranked ladder right now, right? You had to always be 100% on your point, on your cooldowns. She used like every opportunity where you misplayed. Yeah, it was like super clean. Like they did a great job. I have to give them credit. Like I'm really not mad at it. I was just like, there's no way, right? But hey, props to them. I'm definitely curious about the their tank as well, but they have a private profile. No worries. So we won't worry about that any further. We're just going to go over to our history, game reports. And if you guys haven't seen me do a VOD review before, this will be the first time. And this is basically what I try to look for is just comparing, like stat lines are not everything. And I'm not worried about blaming. Isn't OWCS your goal? Yes, but you have to make baby steps to get there. And if I can't even handle the public ladder, then the OWCS is a joke for me to do right now. I think you could agree with that, right? And Levis, you've been in my chat before. I know you know that's my goal, right? Is the OWCS. But you have to recognize where you are. So that's all. Okay, so obviously we did not have 2 bastions. So Junkertown I think might be a good one to review. But then Hollywood, this one is also a decent one, I think. And I just think there's a lot of room for improvement. My Diva, but Diva, I don't know. I think the Diva one would be a good one to review once I've seen a good guide. So what's up, Cooper? Good to see you. It's a good, there's a name I get to see in chat and get to see in person sometimes. I love that, dude. Yeah, Did you switch back to Overwatch 2, or will you still periodically play Rivals? I will still periodically play Rivals, but I do still primarily play Overwatch now. So basically on Tuesdays, I stream Rivals, and I will be putting out some occasional Rivals, like videos, stuff as well. So, but primarily it'll be Overwatch. So I think, honestly, Junkertown's probably going to be my best one to review. Before we do that, give me just a second. Rachel texted me, said I'm trapped. I looked over and all of my children are just lounging. All right, let me pull this up here. Wait, that was Hollywood. I didn't mean to do that one. Go back. I meant Junkertown. Do you think the break helped you enjoy the game again, or was it just the update? I mean, the break almost undoubtedly had something to do with it, right? I mean, to say it had nothing to do with it would be pretty ignorant. But I think that it had less to do with it than the update did. I think the update was the big thing for me. Gronkle, I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I'd speak into it. I have no idea. Okay, so we're going to watch my POV. Now, the thing that I suspect we will see the most is just poor cooldown usage. Maybe not forcing their cooldowns before I use my own. So, like, we're going to look at this one, right? And I think that this particular game, we're going to see cooldowns that were used unnecessarily. And I also have to wonder if my positioning wasn't aggressive. That's what I've been working on, is better aggressive positioning and using my resources to play that aggressive. So, let's go ahead and we'll 2x speed it till their first fight. Yep, shield, look at that. Shield's already below half because I threw it out in front of a excuse me, not a Junkrat. A Pharah. That was just a silly decision. Okay, I'm getting in the range here. This isn't bad. Yeah, it was an unnecessary shield. Good shield. Missed the rock, but it was a good idea. Good shield. Good shield. Just prevents the Ana from doing anything from where she's at. Not using any cooldowns. Probably my positioning is not great here, though, because I'm standing out in the open. I mean, honestly, even just moving forward just a teeny bit and being here, shoot, here, shoot, and I still have access to over here as well. So my positioning can be better. That 100% is the case. But I think that overall my cooldowns have looked okay so far. Been a couple of questionable ones, but good shield. Bad shield. I don't think that last shield was horrible. It just wasn't great. Good shield. Just saved literally potentially saved my Bastion from dying there. Yeah, weird shield. Good shield. Yeah, gives this Bastion a little bit longer to do a little bit more damage. Weird rock. First grasp used. So maybe that so far is one thing I could say is that I could have used grasp instead of shield on a few of those situations. That might be the better way to look at it. Yep, decent shield. Okay, I chased that kill. Good. Good. Yep. Good shield. Allowed me to cut off the supports from the tank. Even though the tank is nanoed, we just stay on point. Good. So far I'd say my bigger problem is probably my positioning in this particular game. Like right now, I really need to get out of the habit of being the payload princess on solo queue. Tank needs to be the one going forward. Right now, my team is ahead of the tank, and that is definitely a problem. I think using the levitation perk earlier would have also been helpful. Because if I'm not mistaken, I could have just double jumped up to that point. Right here, just ult. Yeah, so I'm not playing as aggressively as I would like to have been. Yeah, it's not the idea behind the shields aren't bad. The shield itself I think may be good. Maybe my grasp is actually my bigger problem. I'd say it's my grasp. Like where I use my grasp and then sometimes I'm using my shield instead of using grasp where I could have. It's very rare, but I think I just need to be like when I'm playing Sigma, I need to be more consciously looking at my grasp. But I'm willing to bet that if we looked at my other loss today, that we would look at and we would probably see a very clear divide in where my positioning is. I'm willing to bet that's my bigger problem today. So I think rather than staying too much longer on this, we're going to go ahead and move into the next. We're going to queue up. And then we'll see what we can come up with, man. I think a lot of it was just positioning. What if Roadhog had a perk where instead of vape giving health, it gave speed, but like it also made your vision a bit blurry for a few seconds? He's trying to get him to be like Octane from Apex Legends. All right, Circuit Royale. This is great. Another opportunity to play Sigma. Like an Ozempic, babe. Oh, jeez. I need to check my battery percent on these real quick.
Answers when we do not know the question.
You're zoning out again, viejito.
Interesting.
Forgive me, my mind has been turbulent.
That's one thing that I wish Corsair would do a little better. Is just give me a number.
Okay, I'll keep you focused.
Give me a number for where my percentage is on my battery. I'll have to see if that's something that is like a thing that you can do and I'm just not using the right setting for it or what. Like visual effects, Workshop could do that probably, so yeah. All right, let's swap scenes for you wonderful people watching today. Drown Overwatch, thanks so much for your follow on Twitch. Okay, so we have a very heavy spam. Get back behind cover for a minute. I'm a little too low. Thank you, poking. Out in the open again. Okay, we're gonna keep spamming out that Torb a bit. Still using cover. Okay. Okay, we're still spamming out, still spamming out. Man. Okay, their Lucio is out. Their Kiriko's used Suzu. Is there a Reaper in my back line right now? Okay, Reaper's out. You guys are playing very well. I'm playing too slowly. He's got Shatter. I need to watch for that. Bro, where are my supports? Right behind me. Dude, what? Okay, guys. Rico's dead. Okay. Okay, we got the Reinhardt out. Great nano. Alright, so we have levitation now. I don't know that that was actually the best perk to pick now that I think about it with this particular matchup, but that's okay. Okay, my positioning's not good again here. We're gonna come back around this corner. Okay, they use beep. Try and kite out, try and kite out, try and kite. Dang it. This guy's just bouncing around, bro. Sigma, play something else coming from this Moira. There's no way. There's no way that someone's trying to tell me to play something other than Sigma, like I'm the problem. That's crazy. Yeah, their compliment from their tank is huge. I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead and throw the shield up there. Oh, they have a okay. Yeah, we just come back out of there. Yeah, our bastion's too far forward. Not really something I can do much about. This will work. Nope. Oh, I didn't even touch. My fault. They did a good job holding.
Score 1-0. Switching sides.
I'm not gonna counter. So he's gonna swap the Widow. Okay. Hopefully he pop off. That's crazy. That is just crazy behavior. I mean, if he wants to play, hope you hit your shots, dude. Good luck. I am not the problem.
Science holds the key to understanding.
Winnable. Yeah, oh yeah, it's very winnable. Yeah. I need to focus on a bit more of their backline, I think, though. That's my biggest thing. I'm holding cover pretty well. I mean, that's my thing. Like, even if we lose this and I drop back into plat 4 or plat 5, sorry, I don't know how to count. That's okay. You're gonna have those games, dude. And I'm gonna do my very best. And I know that I have improved holding my cover and using my grasp a little bit more, which was all I was worried about. So, how are they blaming me? That is a great question. I just think it's because tank is the easiest role to blame. It's okay. Sometimes totally valuable, by the way, or totally a fair point to blame your tank. But gotta win, or this is a very poor way to use this. Okay, our Mei probably dies there. Be holding cover. Oh. I can't even get in there. We die on point. Oh. Love when the tank is not in chat. I'm only doing so much right now. How can they still seriously be blaming? That's so crazy. Oh. Oh my gosh, please, I beg. People thinking voice chat is good in this elo is crazy. I'm getting rezzed. Okay. Oh, he put his turret down. I was like, wait, what? Okay. I'm getting rezzed. Okay. Yeah, it's just over. There's not much I can do there. All good. This guy is 27-9 on Moira and yapping. Appreciate the good luck means. Even their tank knows that he got carried. It's okay that we T-ranked there, chat. Those games are going to happen, bro. Like that one, I'm sorry. Like I think I played so much better, and I'm happy with that, man. But if we honestly think I'm the problem here, I don't know what to say, you know. But that's gonna be the one-off time, right, where I feel like I played pretty dang well and just couldn't quite lift the dead weight, and that's okay, you know. I think that my team tried their best, and I just think it wasn't enough, and that's okay. I could have done more. I had a couple of ultimates on Sigma that could have gone better. Like, it's not that I couldn't have played any better. I think that would be a pretty arrogant thought, but I'm not worried about it. It was a rough game. You just move on, right? So let me update back to plat. Oh, I never updated us back to plat 4 anyway, so we're good. I accidentally spoke prophetically. All right. We're back at it. We go again. Last game of the night. It's going to be a good one. I don't care if it's a win or a loss. I am really happy with my improvement in that game. I don't care that we lost it. I was holding cover immensely better. I was hitting my cooldowns a lot better. I was getting more value out of them. I used my grasp a lot more. I'm not sure that I got more value out of it. This could be a Zarya. You know, for the funsies, I could... do we want to use Zarya, or do we want to take the opportunity to learn some Sig? I think I'm gonna make it a Sig game, because normally this is a diva map. There's enough high ground that you can justify that, but I think Sigma is very playable here for sure. And yes, I know it's still a little screen, by the way. You'll get to see it when we get to that next point. I will say I have noticed a tremendous influx in viewership over the last little while, guys. If you guys have been watching the live streams for a while and you haven't said hi, I just want you to know I'm thankful. I know that there are people who just prefer to lurk. So I completely respect that, by the way, and appreciate you guys being here regardless. So thank you, bottom of my heart. I am essentially a full-time content creator now. I don't really talk about that a lot, but I do this primarily speaking now. That's why I'm able to put out so much more content. And just really thankful for the community, man. Thankful for those of you that show up that genuinely care about the journey and you're not just creating alt accounts to harass, right? So thank you for being part of it, man. For real, for real. Thank you. Welcome back. I am mistaken. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I'm sorry, but if you guys can't handle one Winston and a Sombra, okay. Come on, guys. Okay, how are we losing this? What is going on back here? Ain't no way. Ain't no way we lost that. The Winston dove, and they just fell over. That's crazy. What's up, Vanadium? Good to see you. I have no idea what you're talking about, Grunkle. Winston. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just take the high ground here. There was no getting up to the front anyway. Sombra back there somewhere. Zen, use cover, bud. Let's back off. Oh no, not the Zen, dude.
From the brink once more.
Hopefully he'll continue to keep his orb on, folks, I guess. Alright. Maybe we can take some high ground here. Nice. Oh, why are we using ultimates? Hey, that's awesome, Vanadium. Good for you. What games have you been playing lately? Yeah, I don't know what to do with this, I'm gonna be honest with you. We just got ran over for 2 straight points. I have the most diveable backline ever, and they just don't know how to play their heroes into it. Okay, we forced Winston down. Are we're too close here. Oh, no way. Great hack. Wow, great hack. Great EMP, I mean. Great EMP. Okay, Sombra out. That's a big pick early. I can't even touch the point. Oof. Oof. You should learn Doomfist. Yeah, I don't really have a huge interest in that. Our Zen is fine. Yeah, you got one guy who's just... How old am I? Old enough.
Not all of us are scientists, but that's no reason to be careless.
What is yeah, the whole team has crashed out. That's crazy. All right. Well, we play some Zarya and have fun. It's gonna be the 4 teammates here have decided to crash out, so unfortunate, but we're gonna do our very best. Okay, we greed that bubble early. Should have another bubble here soon. We pressure him out, give our bubble over here to the Sombra so she can continue to fight. Dude, Stoop, I think that it all depends on how much you challenge yourself. I bet you could do it really fast if you really wanted to. Come on, TP out. Okay, they're down there. Kiri. Yeah, Zen's gonna get spawn camped. Nope, that didn't work. Oof, nice headshot from that Kiri. Okay, we should be able to swap spawns here in a second. Dude, this guy is so cocky for being like the weirdest player on my team. Yeah, please. Please continue to give me all the charge. Come on, pop ult. Oh man.
Complete.
David, what's your best dad joke? Honestly, I used to share my dad jokes on stream chat,
Switching sides.
but for a while people told me I was really funny. They told me that I was so funny that I could be a stand-up comedian.
No, new joke, different joke.
And I told him, that's really funny, dude. I really appreciate the compliment, but I prefer to sit. Oh, it never gets old. It's a Tim the Tap Man original, I'll be honest.
We should catch up sometime soon.
I already know you've been up to.
But I don't.
Electricians have to strip to make ends meet. And you're done. You're done. You're done. Can I jump over this? Whee! That's so fun. Whee! It's like a little bunny hop. It's so adorable. Okay, so with a Zarya, I'm gonna want to be up front here. I don't want to be up there. Where are my supports? I got a Mercy Zen. Oh no! Oh, this is not good, dude. Come on, Reinhardt. Oh, that's Bastion. It's okay. Let me pressure out the tank. Nope, that's not looking good for me. I need to come around the corner here. Oh boy. Okay, thank goodness the May walled off her home team. Okay, she's gone, so I won't chase her. Man, they're doing really good at not shooting my bubbles. I'm also using them poorly. Oh, our Sombra might not get out there. Nope. Yep, that's just probably going to be point lost here. Or I'm just goated. Should we be really mean? Chat, should we be mean? We don't let people touch point around here. You're not allowed. When does the joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. LOL. So we just need one tick. And to be fair, the guy with an ego, the Cardiff fan or whatever, he's played 30-3. He's got an ego for a reason. Doesn't make him a good player. He's just having a good game. But what's my worst dad joke? It's a good question. I'm back. Are you winning, son? I am winning, Dad. This is going to be our win. It'll be a clean 50-50 sweep today, boys. JDs and Lentilman. Thank you, Father. All right, ladies and germs, you guys ready? We're gonna rock and roll here. It's gonna be a good time. 3, 2, 1. Fighting. Whee! Whee! Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's a bad bubble. That's a very bad bubble on my part. Okay, they're doing really good at not touching the bubbles. Yep, we should be able to be good now. Okay, we got the res. We get that one out. Here we get their supports out. We get their May. I love how they're upset that I'm smart. Do you guys see this? Overwatch community actually doesn't know how to react to someone who speaks in complete sentences. Bruh. Are these guys duoed? I have to know. They've got to be. Okay, never mind. Never mind. They weren't. I thought they were just because of how much they were defending each other. But hey, you know what? We take a 3-3 day. We take those days for sure. And we're also, that means we're right back close to Platinum 4. So cake is amazing. I mean, that's for real. That's for real. My wife over here flirting with me. Anyway. GG's today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care that it was a 50-50 day because you know what? I improved my gameplay fundamentally. And I am thrilled to death with that. And I mean that so sincerely. We had some really... What did you just type? Flirtation? Flirtation. Oh! Okay, that actually makes more sense. I was really trying to figure out what you were trying to type there. No worries, Vanadium. I appreciate it. Great games today. It seemed like you were having so much fun. Genuinely, I really did. I had a good time. Despite the 3-3, here's my deal. I actually played really well. Do you guys realize? So I just looked. I had play of the game in 4 out of my 6 games today. 4 out of my 6 games, I was the play of the game. That is a huge accomplishment. And just to prove it, like in case you guys think I'm capping, I'm not. Look.
Get out.
That's freaking insane. 4 out of 6 games, the play of the game. And I improved. And I played more than Zarya. I think this was an absolute W. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm back tomorrow. If you guys want to be here, I'd appreciate it. It'll be at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. But until then, as you can probably hear, it's time for me to get out of here. Until then, this is Gaming for Hope. I'm signing off.